I keep saying quarterbacks win games. In fact, that was the thumbnail of my last episode. And while that is accurate, I do believe quarterbacks win games. I want to fix the wording a little bit. Because I still believe quarterbacks have the biggest impact on a game. A quarterback impacts a game more than any other position in football. I guarantee that. But to say quarterbacks win games, it's kind of an incomplete statement. And so I just want to throw that one away. Let's scrap it. Let's rephrase it. Let's bring out something new. How about this? You will not win games unless you have a good quarterback. And everybody can agree on that. Quarterback is the most important position in football. I don't know. Like the Jaguars and Vikings, they were the best teams, the best, most complete rosters in the entire NFL last year. But they didn't win the Super Bowl. Why? Because they were held back, limited by their quarterbacks, Blake Bortles and Case Keenum. Why did the Eagles win the Super Bowl? Eagles had the best roster in the NFL. They lost Carson Wentz. Why did the Eagles end up winning the Super Bowl? Because their backup quarterback, Nick Foles, played out of his mind. He played at a really high level. For those two games, the AFC Championship against the Vikings and the Super Bowl against the Patriots, the Eagles had a great quarterback. I don't know that Nick Foles is a great quarterback every day, but for those two games, he played like an incredible, great quarterback. But I'm watching Russell Wilson get killed in Seattle, and I'm realizing, okay, well, having a great quarterback is not enough. You need to have a good roster. I know it's stupid. I'm sorry it's taking me this long. But it's really sad to watch Russell Wilson. He has no help around him. So I want to talk about, these are the 4 things you need to have on your roster in order to win games in the NFL. These are the 4 things you need to win in the NFL. In no particular order, you need a quarterback, you need an offensive line, you need a coach, and you need a defense. You need those 4 things. And if you have a great quarterback, you just need a good defense. If you have a great defense, you just need a good quarterback. I mean, it does balance out. We saw Rex Grossman go to the Super Bowl once because the Bears had the best defense in the NFL and elite defense. Now, they didn't win the Super Bowl, but the better your defense, the less you need from your quarterback. Does that make sense? There's a balance in there somewhere. There's the reason why Aaron Rodgers, who's maybe the best quarterback we've ever seen, can win with an average defense. That's Drew Brees. Drew Brees doesn't need a top 5 defense in the NFL. Drew Brees needs a top 15 defense in the NFL because he's a better quarterback. But again, the 4 things you need in order to win in the NFL. You need a quarterback, you need an offensive line, you need a good coach, and you need a good defense. Those are the 4 things. And if you want to know how good your quarterback is, you have to ask yourself, how many other teams in the NFL would want your quarterback? For example, how many other fan bases in the NFL wish that Blake Bortles was their quarterback? Not many. That's a litmus test right there. If a bunch of other teams would like to have your quarterback, you have a good quarterback. If a bunch of other teams would not like to have your quarterback, aka Blake Bortles, your quarterback's not great, man. I'm sorry, but that's honest. That's the truth. And there's one other factor. There's the 4 things. Again, quarterback, offensive line, coach, defense. There's one more factor. It shouldn't matter, but it does. You need to have an owner that does not interfere with football operations. You can't have a crazy, kooky owner that screws everything up. Some people say you need a great owner. I don't buy that. I think you just need an owner that lets the general manager and the coach work. For example, Jimmy Haslam, the Browns owner, he's becoming a better owner because he's not interfering as much anymore. He's letting John Dorsey, the Browns coach, work, or Browns general manager, work. He's letting Hugh Jackson, the Browns coach, stay around. He's letting them learn, letting them develop. I work as an editor. That's the thing I do for a lot of companies. I have a couple of clients. I edit videos for them. And the worst thing you can have as an editor, if you have a client who has no idea about editing, but they try to tell you what they want and they have really no idea and their expectations are totally out of whack. And what it ends up doing is makes you have a worse product if you're editing a video for someone and they don't know what they're doing. I've made music for some people and the things they ask for are impossible and they have no idea it's impossible because they're out of their depth. If you have an owner that's out of his depth, trying to interfere with football and trying to make decisions, that's when you have a problem. Owners are pretty much neutral. They don't play. They don't really make they don't make decisions like a general manager or a coach. But if you have a bad owner that interferes, that's kind of kooky and over the top, that's when your owner can affect your outcome with wins and losses. So again, the 4 things that you need to win games in the NFL. You need a quarterback, an offensive line, a coach, and a defense. And then a little caveat at the end, you can't have a crazy owner that always impacts and affects football games. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Zach Schaumler. This is my show, Strong Opinion Sports. It's my pride and joy. I'm very proud of it. If you're new to Strong Opinion Sports, you can subscribe to it on iTunes, SoundCloud, on YouTube. You can find the full entire hour-long podcast on YouTube, or you can find more shorter breakout videos like the one you just watched. And if you like what I had to say, maybe you hate what I had to say, share this with your friends. Share it on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, whatever it is. Help me grow Strong Opinion Sports by telling your friends about the show. My name is Zach Schaumler. Have a great day.